Good evening. How is everybody doing tonight? So tonight we are going to try a new game called Prognostic. See how this goes. Should be a little interesting, not gonna lie. I suppose let's just jump right in. Mr. Bill, how you doing tonight, bud? How was work?
I have heard how my parents died. My brother and I were sitting in a locked bedroom and could only listen. We heard the knife stabs until their screams stopped. The police decided that our parents were accidentally killed during the robbery. I never believed it. In our neighborhood, no one had any money, especially immigrants like us. After a month in the orphanage, we were picked up by the only remaining relative in the States, a woman named Randolph, a medium, our grandmother. Our mom never talked about her, and hid away her letters without opening them. I think that Mrs. Randolph thought that she cared about us. She taught us. I still remember rituals, prayers, and constant promises to reveal what happened to our parents. But later, it was always later. When will we be ready? My brother was the first one to escape. He joined the police force. I left her after. I, like my mother before, did not respond to her letters. They were just another promise to reveal some secret if I came back. When they stopped, I sighed with relief. Finally. A local lawyer visited us shortly after. Grandmother was killed, stabbed with a knife. They suspect a robbery. The voices of my parents came back, and they are not alone. Our town is eating itself. Death comes for our people, for my friends, and I can't take it anymore. Grandmother was trying to understand what was wrong. She tried to tell us, and I'm starting to believe her. She solved crimes. She helped the police to find the perpetrators. I have to take her place. I have to go back to her house.
How was work today, Bill? Your brother is a police officer who needs your help. Every day he will send you a new crime scene. Your goal is to solve it. You can use divination rituals to uncover new clues. Once you find the culprit, fill out the report and send it to your brother. Solve the test case to convince your brother to accept your help. Why did you come back? We've been watching this old woman go crazy through all our childhood. And now you want to take her place? What are you doing? Well, fine. Do you want me to help you? Then let's conduct a small test. Make an invocation to the souls of the dead and tell me, oh great seer, which of the neighborhood kids broke my window? I'll send you a description of them, just like the ones the old woman worked with. If you find out who did it, then we'll talk. One of them committed several crimes a couple of years ago on December 14th at 1300 in 1902. I lived on the first floor in an apartment at 2 Meadow Street and don't even think about it deceiving me. I know who did it. I just want to test you out. Submit the culprit dossier. Find a clue about his location on the 14th of September during the crime. Alrighty. December 12th at 1300 of 1902. So so 1300 December, oops, 14th. $1902. To Meadow Street. He was there. Patrick Willis. Innocent. Innocent. He was there. Innocent. Her methods are working. Who would have thought, well, okay, if you're so anxious, let's find out what's wrong with our town. Let's work on it together. I was allowed to take part in the preparation for a major court hearing on the outskirts of town at 18 Barnhill Street, Liza Fulton Farm, home for a closed and deeply religious family. As it turned out, they were too religious. Earlier this year, one of them murdered their youngest relative in their own home as a sacrifice. All of us Fultons now cover the murderer, but only one of them made the sacrifice. I don't even know who was in the house. Try using dowsing to find the murderer. Okay. fuck? Okay. So 29, 28, 62. So January 1st, January 8th, 1904. Go here. January 8th at 11. I heard something terrible today. I just heard a woman blaming her husband for not being able to kill his own grandson. Annabelle had to do it herself to appease the voice of God. This case gave me an idea about death of our grandmother. The strikes of different people should be different, right? I studied the autopsy results of our grandma and found out a couple of oddities. Each stab was weaker than the previous one in the course of the struggle, such as a clear pattern is impossible. Direction of the blows also doesn't match up. They are too similar and weird. Knife strikes were aimed at the chest area, and the blade was directed upwards, not downwards, but almost perpendicular to the body. Maybe she killed in her sleep, and the whole robbery was staged. If so, then someone was trying to disguise premeditated murder. Who wished her death? I will try to find the last people she spoke to. You're sure everything is all right? I know that at night you're busy helping me, and during the day you try to open new rooms in the house, but there's a limit to everything. Maybe your hallucinations with mirrors are just reaction to a lack of sleep. But do me a favor and go to the rest soon as you finish this case. A local school teacher died of heart attack right in the middle of the church. This case would not interest us if the head mistress of the same school had not died of a heart attack the exact same hour. Do you want to know about another coincidence? The headmistress corresponded with our old woman for the last several years. Autopsy shown that they were poisoned an hour before their death. Find out who did it. So a toy. Quit closing doors. Toys. The color of the toy shows the color of the murderer's eyes. clothes. Brown. Oops. Yeah, at 12. So you were there. Diana Kelly. You were there. So you are innocent. Okay. Okay. Mr. Kenrick told the investigator about how the school treated his son. The teachers did their best to make him quit the school. The Irish boy should know his place and other nonsense you'll hear in old families. It all ended with the teacher persuading other children to beat him up. It worked too well, and now this boy will not be able to walk. Mr. Kenrick said that his son's future was taken away from him, and he couldn't bear it. I won't say that I condone his decision, but I understand him. The connection with their old woman turned out to be a dead end. It turns out that she was in active correspondence, but not only with the headmistress, but with several professors throughout the country. They discussed some scientific issues. I will study her letters and report the results later. Oh. An old policeman asked us for help. He used to work with our grandma, but stopped after the police cut all ties with her. If we help him, he will tell us why. This interested me, so I decided to agree. The case itself is solved. Mr. Bones, a sailor dismissed from the Navy, quarreled with his new employer over money and killed him during a scuffle. He threw the body into the basement of some abandoned house. Bones' confession is already on my desk. The problem is that the murder took place at night, and Bones was drank, so he had absolutely no memory in which cellar the body lies. The relatives of the murdered man asked to find the body for the burial, determine the hour of death, and find where the victim and Mr. Bones were at the time of murder. If you see this, cop will tell us something new about our old woman. So we just know he died in 1904. Is that in here? Hey! Okay, put that there. Step 1. In order to hour, day, and month of death, do the following. Make sure the ritual candle is lit. Done. Victim's dossier. Done. Determine the zodiac sign of the victim by using the table on the next page. July 11th, 1860, which is a Cancer. So this one up here. Nope. That goes there. Determine the zodiac sign of the victim by using the table on next. Got that. Turn the wheel within us as the black arrow points to the zodiac sign. Identify the key letter in the first name. It depends on the element it is described on the next page. Cancer is purple, it's water. Last letter of the name is an N. N is 5, so the second wheel goes to 5. And if for the last name, it depends on the elements described. Water sign. If the surname has identical letters, then they are the letter of the surname. Then the key letter of the surname is the last one. If not, then it's the first one. So it's the first one, which is an S. S goes to 3. So 1, 2 of 12. Black. Oh, okay. Zodiac sign is Cancer. Red arrow to 5. So the black arrow goes to Cancer. The red arrow and goes to 5. The blue first one, which is S, which is 3. Yeah. So month is 1. Oh. Hour was 12 on 1, 2. No. Why do I play these games? Messed that up. Orange shark. So, birthday is July 11th, 18-2. So he's a Cancer. Cancer. Identify the key letter of the first name depends on the element described in the next page. Key letter of the name, water sign, the last letter of the name. N. N is 5. Open the next page, bring the key letter of the name. Turn it so red goes to 5. We checked the place you indicated and found the body, so our new friend agreed to tell us about his work with our grandma. Previously, she was often approached by local officers, and she helped them with that. Any charge landed because last case she's found for them one particularly brutal gang. They were released because of the personal order of Judge Brooks. The next day, all 12 criminals shot themselves. They say the last one of them was muttering something before his death. It was something about the voice of God calling them from beyond, and the police didn't want to work with the old woman after that. Alrighty. The whole city knows about this case. In 1882, smugglers on a run from the Rangers hid in a house on the outskirts of town at 1 Southway Road and killed local shepherd and his family. The case was closed many years ago. Now part of the gang has decided to move back to our town. I've already found them, and I know that almost all members of the gang were involved in that case. I don't need your help to find the guilty. On the opposite, send me the names of those who were not in that house in 1882 in the day of the murder. They will go to jail. The rest of them will meet the gallows. Send those who did not participate in the murder. So 1 Southway Road. So this one's solely going to be over here. In 1882. Birth. Date of death 1882. Oh, so I need to find out when he died first. May 5th of May 29th. So he's a Gemini, which is the two little things. Oh, that one. First name. Sign letter of the name. The third letter of the name or the third C. So 3. And then the last name. Fifth one, Harri. So I. Let's say that's a 1. So the hour is 4. 11:20. 1882. 4 o'clock at night on 11/20/1882 at 1 Southway Road. So he was out of town. And he was out of town. We will visit them tonight. Still, it's strange that they came back here after so many years and take the risk of being executed. They are not the only ones, though. We've already arrested several wanted criminals who slowly just showed up in our town. The new judge is tired of signing death sentences. It seems to me that we begin to attract all kinds of madmen. Alright, guys, I will be right back. and apparently I was still muted. Alrighty. Alright. I couldn't understand all these terms and formulas from her letter, so I asked a local professor for help. It turns out that in his youth he studied with our old woman at the university. She had a science degree, who would have thought. Unfortunately, the Shittleman's family suffered a tragedy. His granddaughter was killed. She and her fellow students threw a 3-day party at 6 Barnhill Street. After walking away from the hangover, they found her already cold body. The murder took place on October of 1904, but we do not know the exact day. I saw how our grandmother was able to establish connection between the killer and the victims using tarot cards. If you repeat this ritual and find the killer, the professor will help us with letters. Alrighty. Second floor. Tarot cards. Hey, look. I'm going to assume this is tarot card room. Alright. Here. How do I make that bigger? There we go. Make sure the ritual candle is lit. Put the victim in stand. Shuffle the deck until the images shine with light. Start opening cards. Watch out for the death card. If you see it, do not open further. Shuffle again and start from the beginning. Keep opening cards until you draw the justice. Strength. Justice. The Tower. The murder is part of the family. Right. Couldn't understand. So I need to find out when she died. So September 24th. September 24th, she is a Libra. Which is that one. Libra is an air symbol. So third letter of the first name. So B is 2. don't know when she died, but I need to find out when she died. But I don't know when she died. So I gotta find out when she died. She was dead on the 31st. She was dead on the 30th. She was dead on the 29th. 28th. What about the 18th? She was dead on the 18th. 8th. She was dead on the 8th. Oh. Okay, so she was alive that morning. So she's dead at 9, 8, 7. She's dead at 6. She's dead at 5. She's dead at 4. 3. 2. So she's dead at 3. Okay. So he wasn't there. Nope. Oh, that's loud. He was there. He was there. Boom. I could be wrong. I was wrong. I was wrong. Oopsie. Okay, so I gotta do a tarot card reading again. Let's try this again. So the tower. Good night.
Huh?
Oh yeah, you got stuff to do.
Just make sure.
So that's when she was dead. Checked up Dean was there. It's gotta be that.
It's not letting me sign in.
To what?
To the
Chat, bear with me just a moment, and I'll be right back. Hi, Pumpkin. How was your day? It's got some pretty good jump scares in there, not gonna lie. 10-5 at 2. Oh, that's why. Yeah, it's got some pretty good jump scares in here. So 2 o'clock in the afternoon on 10-5. At 14 on 10. It is. He was on Highfield Street. She was there. He was there. Oh, that's great. I don't know. No, trying to figure out. So basically, you're working with the police force, trying to figure out why someone died, or just little investigative type things. And I keep fucking this one up.
I'm calling from Wax Health, and I'm trying to get my. I'm trying to connect to Global Protect, and I can't get in.
This is like the 4th time I fucked it up. Yeah, no, this is right up your alley with tarot cards and bullshit like that.
Saunders, Saunders. Yes. Okay.
I think that's realistically irrelevant to me. To be honest with you, for the game purposes. So she was a Libra, which is that one. Or third letter of the name, R-E-B. B is 2. Black, then red. So red goes to 2. Oops, no. Like I said, I think on this one it doesn't matter too much. Blue arrow
You what?
in
I'm
5.
in office, yes.
10-5 at 14. Okay, so.
Yep.
Okay, so that's when she died.
And you said reopen it? Yep. Okay.
So she wasn't dead.
So when I enter the pin that I had set from Friday, it won't
Okay.
let me. So when I try that new code,
No.
it doesn't let me log in.
Get upstairs. No. Okay, making sure because someone who passes positivity card reading usage will not as bad as. Yeah, no, I don't really think it has anything really to do. So basically, backstory is this is my grandma's house who died. See?
Okay.
Um,
Let me try this.
the grandma's house who died, and I'm using her stuff to help my brother who's a cop
Okay,
solve
so I closed
mysteries.
the app and then I reopened it.
Oh, you're welcome, ma'am. So he was there.
Okay.
She was dead.
Try
Okay.
something.
Alan Leary. He was there. Victor Sanders. Really loud. He was there.
Okay,
Selena.
well, it still won't let me.
There. Got him, got him, got him, got him, got him. Let's do Rebecca one more time. She is dead. If I go back to 14, she's alive.
Sorry, you what? Okay.
Send the killer's dossier. Mark and send where he was at the hour of the murder. I wonder, do I need to do
Yep.
tarot cards for more than one person?
Okay.
Question mark?
Hold on 1 second. Let me close out of there quick. Okay, hold on 1 second. Okay, so I'm gonna reopen the app.
Oh, I gotta go light the spirit candle thingy.
Okay. Okay. And you said the first second. Okay.
So I can't use it for her.
No. Why is it not?
I'm gonna go Victor. It's the only one I haven't chose. Oop.
Okay.
He's not part of the family. He's the neighbor. What the fuck?
Okay.
This is pissing me off.
Okay. Open up. Okay. Okay.
So, basically, what I'm trying to do at the moment is find out who the killer was and where he was at the time of her death.
I got it.
This victim was the murderer as part of the family. That is correct.
Okay. Okay.
So I need to go in here and find out when she died. No. I hate those stupid mirrors. Okay. We know she is a Libra.
Is there any way that it would, like, when you enter the code or passcode, will it always, like, stay the same or will it be different?
That is Libra. Okay. Rebecca. So the first name. The third level. The letter B.
Okay.
Which is 2. So, move the red arrow
Okay.
to the 2. It's a thought that counts. Dean, so it's the last one, which is N, which is 5. So blue goes to
Okay.
5. 10, 5, 1400. That's right.
Okay.
I can tell jump scare no all I want. Doesn't mean it's gonna listen. Oops. Okay, so at 10, 5 at 1400
Okay.
is when she died. That is her hour of death. No. So she wasn't dead at that time. But if we go to 1500,
Okay.
she was dead. 1400. Selena Dean. She was there. Jacob Dean.
Okay. Try this next one.
Was there. Alan Leary. Was there. Victor Sanders.
No.
Was there. So, send the killer's dossier. I don't know who killed her.
Okay. I'm waiting for the time to run out.
But we do know
Right.
who killed her was part of the murder of their family. So, but if you look, Mark can send where he was at the hour of the murder. So, the only person who was at the same spot the hour of the murder was Alan Leary, which is her fiance, which would make her family. Her time of death was here, and he was part of the family.
No. Shoot.
Fucking stupid game. Hi, Pumpkin. Okay, we're going to read this again. I couldn't understand all of these terms and formulas from her letters, so I asked a local professor for help. It turns out, in his youth, he studied with our old woman at the university, Grandma. She had a science degree, who would have thought. Unfortunately, this gentleman's family suffered a tragedy. His granddaughter was killed. She and her fellow students threw a 3-day party at 6 Barnhill Street, and after walking away from the hangover,
Okay.
they found her already cold body. The murder took place in October of 1904, but we do not know the exact day. I saw how our grandmother was able to establish a connection between the killer and the victim using tarot cards. If you repeat this ritual and find the killer, the professor will help us with letters. So we gotta find out who the killer is, mark and send where he was at during the hour of the murder, and send the results of the victim's tarot cards. I'm not Googling it, but so it tells me right here that it says mark and send where he was the hour of the murder.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
I'm gonna close it out.
Where he was.
Okay. Right?
So our murderer has got to be either Jacob, Alan, or Victor.
Okay. Waiting for this one to roll over. Okay, should I try this next one? Nope.
The world. So the world. The person is still alive. Okay.
Let's take its time.
Okay.
Let's try this one. Nope. Nothing.
This one is going to tell me the tower. Tower is the murderer is part of the family. This person is still alive. No. Give me the world. This person is still alive.
Yep. Okay, so I'm not connected to that. Do you want me to close it out?
The world. This person is still alive. That's what that sound is. Do you hear the whispering? Ow!
Okay, so I'm not connected to anything.
So, she is dead. We know this one
Yep.
goes here.
Okay.
And then, what was it? 2? And then 5?
Okay.
No. 3. No.
Okay.
We know she died the 10th month. So 1029 at 1400. One suspect, 2.
Still not doing
5. 10, 5. Okay, so that's when that's her, mark down the time of death. She died at 14.
Let this passcode roll over. There we go. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see here. I was just trying to think of something that would be easier to remember.
Yeah, do it. Third managed to get talked to her. There was carpenter services. Guess what? You found something in common. She is fond of fortune telling.
Right? Yeah, that would probably be a lot better because I start my new job tomorrow, so I want to make sure that I can get into.
So Jacob Dean has got to be the killer. He's the only family member.
Okay. Could it be like a date? Could it be like? Right. Right. Okay, that'll work. Let's do.
Let's see if it was Selena. Oh my god, it was Selena, not the brother. I put a little pressure on her during the interrogation and she began to sing. I thought
So it would be the year
that she did
the
not
month,
did
and
it
then
out
the
of
day,
jealousy,
right?
but there was something else. Only during the interrogation, she mentioned where she heard about the betrayal of her groom and her sister in a dream. Prognostic.
Okay. Okay. But if it ends in 0, is that fine?
This professor lost his second granddaughter. I personally came to arrest her, and yet he kept his word. During the university years of her grandma, came up with an insane theory of what she called
I'm gonna
consciousness
do
transmission. This is the assumption
the
that
day
thoughts.
that. Well, you shush.
Quit your yelling.
Well, you're being too.
This is the assumption that thoughts and feelings live in some kind of invisible field that can affect people. Judging by her last letters in recent years, she has come to a conclusion that even the thoughts of deceased people can emit these residual waves. If I didn't know that your fortune telling works, I would consider these records to be absolute nonsense. Maybe the professor's granddaughter heard something from beyond.
I'm gonna do the year that my husband and I got married, and then the month, and then the day that we got married.
This time I sent you an example of a crime that no one wants to solve. One couple terrorized residents of a small neighborhood. They carried out armed robberies and intimidated witnesses after. The locals couldn't do anything about it because the girl's father is, let's say, quite an influential person. It all ended badly. The couple was killed. Amelia at the end of 1903 near the house at 7 Glower Street. Lucas in September 1904 in a local shop at 4 Glower Street. Experts say they were shot from the same revolver. The locals refused to testify. Maybe they deserved it. But if we don't arrest the culprit, they friends will come to the neighborhood and we'll have a lot more victims on our hand. Send where he was at the hour of the first murder. Send where he was at the hour of the second murder. Send the results of the victim tarot reading. So we got 2 tarots to do.
Okay. Okay, hold on.
Oh. We'll start with Miss Amelia, because that was the first murder.
Should I type that?
So she got judgment. The murderer seeks justice. Okay. And then Lucas.
No.
The chariot. Justice.
Okay.
The emperor. The emperor. The killer is a man.
Let's try this.
Okay. So we know it's a man.
Right. So enter a new
So we don't know. All we know, she died in 1903. So August 13th. August is a Leo. No. Yes, August 13th.
Okay. So if
Leo. So she's got
2107. Would that work?
this emblem here. And then first name, fire, first letter of the name, A1.
Okay.
So the red goes to 1. First, it has identical letters in the key, and the surname is the first. It's the first one. If not, it's the last one.
Yeah.
No identical letters, so it's the last one, which is
I was just trying to
R,
think
which
of
puts that
something
at
that
2.
would be simple enough for me to.
So 128 at 1300. So 1.
Okay. So if I just knock
No,
out
Grandma. No.
20 and did
128 at 13. 128 at 13.
So try that and see if that works.
And she died in 1903. Boom. Lucas, October 5th of 1885. So October 5th. He is a Libra, which is this one. October Libra. Third letter in the name, C, which is 3.
Okay. So what if it just comes to the blank screen?
And his last name was Walker.
When
W-A-L-K-E.
it says enter secure ID.
If there are more than 5 letters in the surname, then there's a 5th one. So W-A-L-K-E.
Yep.
So E is 5.
Okay.
So he died on 9/6 at
So I'm gonna wait for
20.
this one to change.
And he died in 4. Boom.
Yep.
Pumpkin.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so the token changed.
So,
Okay.
128 of 1903 at
So
1300.
should I then enter the pin that I created?
28 at 13.
Okay. I'm just gonna try it.
And she died in 1903.
Yep.
So she is dead.
Right.
So, just out of curiosity, where was she at? Oh, she was dove at 12.
Oh really? I was gonna say, 'cause that's kind of a hassle.
Oh, this is gonna be bad. No, 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 no.
Okay. So can I? Okay. Okay, so I'm just gonna enter this.
Go away, Grandma.
Jeez. Yeah. Okay, so I closed it and then I
When did she die? 128,
Okay.
1903.
I've never had this issue. Yeah. Dumb. Okay.
Well, so,
Okay.
the killer was a man. So, innocent.
No.
Innocent.
Yeah. Let's try this one.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Right?
2nd. Lucas in September, so September 6th, 1904 at 20.
Okay, so the token rollover.
Let's say September what? September 6th.
Nope. That pin I created, it didn't work. Okay. So what if it comes to the actual enter secure ID pin? Okay. 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 Oh, sure. Okay.
So 7 and 4. So in 03, Matthew Price.
Okay. So we'll click submit. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'll give it one more shot here. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay, so
Nope. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. 701 562 0169.
I fucked that up. Hmm. Alright, that's enough thinking for tonight. Let's go.
I'll see my coworker may take a crack at it for a minute or two.
Okay.
What?